Kamara Drive-In. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnett. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? 54, right there. 54, Mike. It's our time. It's our time. Hit it.
Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down.
Watch out.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Bravo.
2nd and 11. He's able to find Wallace. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. The numbers a week ago for Wallace. 7 catches, 113 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Coleman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, lock it. Make these babies look. Scream. Go.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Tighten up. Go out. Leo. Check safety. Get it.
From the gun, Lawrence. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Lawrence looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Show him. Now.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they work this out past the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. We're scoreless after one.
Come on, set, 8, read.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right?
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Watch the twist.
So third and long, here's Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, baby, boom.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Off play action. Lawrence. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Kamara. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 6.
Right there, 54 Mike.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, watch it.
Hold.
Switch gears.
Hey, lock it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Looking to throw it. Minshew over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Minshew sets to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. It'll be Minshew again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Minshew. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, check right. Watching it by.
The final shot before break. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. It's a run by Coleman to start the 3rd quarter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 23 yards, the final tally.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Back to throw. Lawrence under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Minshew, throw right side, taken in by Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
No, they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Let's go, G. Let's go.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
I got you. I got you.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
8, read.
Touchdown, defense. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Get it.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete.
Come on, fellas.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's it, baby.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in.
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
A 10th carry for Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 7. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Ready.
On 2nd down, Minshew got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That one a first down pickup of 8. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Flushed out right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's able to find Wallace. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
They'll look to throw. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
You ready?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Who's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Pick me up. Here we go. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the slant. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, tighten down.
On fourth down, Lawrence. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Check nickel.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. On the crossing route, complete. It's Barnett. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
And Tucson. Come.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Watch the out.
Get it.
They run it again with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this, a little more pressure-packed for the win. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Saints, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale